SMT Nation, we back. We've got a pretty massive video. This particular commentary that I offer you today comes off the heels of an interview that CEO of Verizon, Hans Vestberg, did on CNBC. The interviewer, well known, a lot of people are familiar with it. In fact, I'll just go ahead and link this video in the description for you guys to watch as they kind of comment and discuss some topics. And this tells you everything you need to know about the company. Under this particular CEO, the way things are structured, the direction of the company, and what you can expect moving forward. So I offer that here to you today, responding to pretty much everything that was asked. I'll give you a highlight of everything, and I'll give you little bits and pieces of my evaluation of what the message is that he's trying to drive home here. All right, now with respect to 5G promises, when asked about use cases, where is this 5G use case situation happening? Why are people, where is the promise of 5G? Uh, the CEO specifically said fixed wireless access and MEC, mobile edge compute. He also mentioned private networking. The quote specifically he was saying is that we're moving faster than planned. All right. So he said this that, faster 5G device adoption, a faster 5G network build. It's better in offering speed, reliability, cloud computing, hyperscaling. 40% of their customers are on a premium unlimited plan. I'm going to come back to that in a second. And the reason for that is in discussing plans, he said their transition is for customers who are on metered plans, which they still have many customers who are. They want to move them to an unlimited plan. And even if it is an entry unlimited plan, like a start, they want to move them to a premium unlimited plan. All right. So that's kind of the process. That's what they're thinking. Additionally, he mentioned the iPhone 14 plan with the Apple One inclusion. Now, I'll talk about this more in another video, but I definitely think that whatever Verizon is offering in media assets right now probably won't be offered much longer. I think that's eventually going to have an expiration date, and they will be just going with this. And they're always going to explore more and more of those opportunities to like offer bundles and value because they know they're the most expensive network access and they have to do something to keep the customer satisfied. So they think this is the way to go. Additionally, they said they want to offer a lot of choices to customers. That came up like 3 or 4 times during the interview. I will come back to that as well. He went on to admit that there is softness in the consumer premium area. He addressed this by saying the welcome plan is the fix. He then also said that they have been seeing gross ads and more traffic due to the welcome unlimited plan. The thing about that, folks, is on one side, he's saying, we want to do this premium thing. Well, then why did you do this welcome unlimited? And if your premium upsell is working and converting, then why are they only getting added customers to your welcome unlimited, the cheapest plan? This is kind of ironic and interesting. Anyways, by the end of the year, 60% of customers will be in a 5G device, and speaking to the adoption. He kind of also admitted that they don't really care to grow at the cost of profitability. Quote, we've raised the dividends, we've increased them. We remain disciplined and surgical when it comes to new customer additions. I think it's basically saying we're not going to just be doing any promotion, any old promotion willy nilly. All right, we'll do it when we need it and we'll strategically provide them and create them. When asked about 5G surveys and the perception about 5G network compared to their competitors, T-Mobile, he said, we only really consider root metrics. It's basically saying it's the only scientific testing. It's not user generated. So they really only live by that standard. And because they do, they like the way their network is performing. He went on to be quoted as saying, we have 150 million pops of C-band today. So it shows you how fast they're building out the network. This will make a big difference in the customer uptake of the higher rate plans. He said unlimited premium is a 5G service. That's interesting, right? Unlimited premium is one of their 5G vectors of growth. Okay. They asked specifically, any regrets on millimeter wave? And he said no. He said millimeter wave is the cheapest way to transport data. It's the most cost-effective way to transport data. He also mentioned the purchase of TracFone. He said they have a clear network plan, a clear business plan for TracFone and what they're doing in that side of the market. He said, quote, we will grow some service revenue, although be it inorganic through this acquisition, but they got rid of media. They have a lot of vectors now, and it's all going to be carried on their network. Something I noticed is that he didn't really want to respond directly about T-Mobile. He just kind of like harked back to saying like we're the best and we don't really care what anybody else is doing. We're focused on us. Hans wants to be judged on the following things, folks: EBITDA, fixed wireless access, and diversity in customers served. Quote, we want to be disciplined in promos, focus on high quality customers. That means premium and high cost, high spending customers. They want to be able to pop in and out with promos as needed whenever they feel like it. When he was asked about the AT&T promotions, we know that AT&T does the best promos. All the same deals for the existing consumer base as well as new customers. And when asked about fixed wireless access, the 5G home specifically, he said, quote, we are scaling, we are solving the problems, the doubts that people had in regards to fixed wireless access. And he then followed it up by kind of sort of saying, oh yeah, Fios is great. But then he like downplayed it and, he said, we're going all in on our network. All right, folks. So here's that's pretty much everything. It was like a 13-minute interview. These were the most important parts I think that matter. There's a lot of fluff in here. There's a lot of BS. There's a lot of, tap dancing and pitter pattering around with this. Let me tell you guys what is real and what is not real. What's real is that they're moving faster than planned. It is fact. They are building the 5G UW network extremely quickly. They're spending the money. They're doing it. So that is real. Also, what is real is that he said millimeter wave is the most cost effective way, the cheapest way to transport data. That is real as well. All right. There is no better, more important, more crucial, you know, capacity layer out there. There's just no other way to do it. All right. In suburban and urban, there's all types of ways you could do this. It is the best way to do it because he knows he can do the numbers. The studies are there. The the cost for that spectrum is much lower than midband because of its limitations and reach. But if you get the cost for vendor equipment and you scale the build of it, it transports insane amounts of data, much more than what midband can do, and that'll be the case for a long time. And then being owners of about 49 to 50% of their own fiber, it really does make a lot of sense. So I think that's real as well. What's also real from him is him saying that they're going to pop in and out with promos and they only want the premium customer. That's real. They continue to push that story, that narrative. He wants to be judged on EBITDA, fixed wireless access. That's real. I don't think he really means what he says when he says they want diversity in customers. I don't think that's true. That doesn't make sense. He wants premium customers. So I'm not sure what he means by that. Additionally, he's him downplaying Fios. Yeah, it definitely is. The Fios is not really moving all that much. It is real. They really want to do everything over their mobile network. They really do. All right. The iPhone 14 plan, the Apple One plan, they're probably going to use that to replace Disney Plus and all of that once that's expired. Once they move on from that, the fact that he's saying that there's gross ads and more traffic due to the better network or more capacity on the network, none of that's real. That is definitely not the case. No companies are growing faster than the MVNOs of Verizon, right? So like Charter and Spectrum, they're growing the most. So this is not real. This is an extremely mixed bag, full of the liar sandwich from Hans Vestberg, CEO of Verizon. Loaded. And you guys know here in the SMT, we call a spade, helping you try to sift through all the stuff that goes on in the marketplace when it comes to these companies. There's a lot here, folks. And but I just want to say this. This is a really stubborn man. This is a very stubborn plan. Nothing is going to be changing at Verizon anytime soon. It feels like Verizon is in the middle of like a 3, 4, or 5 year plan. They divested the media assets, right? They got rid of that. Fixed wireless access just launched. They're focusing on premium. They just acquired TracFone. They're in the somewhere in the middle of their transition of whatever plan that they have in place. As long as Hans Vestberg is here, he's going to be carrying this plan all the way through. And unfortunately, this is just the feeling I'm getting. I can be wrong. I'm often wrong when I make certain predictions because I'm not in these board meetings. I'm not in the meetings with the CEOs or with these executives, so I don't know. But I will tell you guys, I get the feeling, I could be wrong. I get the feeling that Hans is going to be around for a while. I think he has a somewhat of confidence from, the shareholders, the board members, that his plan ultimately is going to work as long as Hans continues to deliver industry leading margins and industry leading profit, even if it is at the sacrifice of some growth. Folks, I don't think anything is going to change. If you are expecting Verizon pricing to decrease in their postpaid branded, it is not happening. Look for that in MVNO. Look for it in TracFone. Look for it in Visible. Look for value from like Spectrum and Comcast and Charter and Xfinity. That's where you need to go look. You're not getting it from Verizon postpaid. It is not happening, folks. The man continues to say the same thing. You might disagree with all of their approaches, but he's consistent. He's not changing. This is a stubborn man with a stubborn plan, and it's here to stay, folks. Whether you think it's right or wrong, or it's going to work, or it's effective, is a totally different topic for another conversation. But what you see is what you get, folks. This is the Verizon way. As long as the CEO, Hans Vestberg, this man, is there, that's what it's going to be. So us belly aching, complaining about Verizon not competing in postpaid, all that is water under the bridge, folks. 2 drops in a bucket and a candle in the sun. It's like a fart in the wind. Why bother? Commentary as well. I invite you guys to comment down below in the comment section. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Twitter handle, my Gmail address for all business inquiries, and my Patreon pages there as well. Thanks for watching and listening. See you all on the next one. Peace.